Welcome to State of the Game for the 27th of October. Hi, Yannick. It's been,
Hello. Good morning.
I feel like
Hamish.
it's been forever since we've been on the couches and stuff talking about the game.
Yeah.
When was the last time? You weren't here last time.
No, I wasn't here.
I now realize that the 27th of October is only 4 days until Halloween. And people were like, oh, guys, when are you guys going to show up on stream with Halloween costumes? Probably never. But
No, I'm not sure what's going to happen.
there you go. But
I mean,
yeah,
you can do it if you want. I'm not sure I would.
I show up in this like super elaborate outfit, and Yannick shows up in his nice clothes. That might happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you again for hanging out with us. It's super cool. The 1.4 dropped on Tuesday.
Yes.
I wasn't here. You had gotten back by that point.
Yeah, I was here.
correct?
I was here for
Yes.
1.4.
People seem to be happy.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I hope you guys are enjoying 1.4. Obviously, we have a bit to talk about today on the 1.4 front. It dealt with the game in a way. If we go back to when we were in 1.3, and I remember that announcement we made. We're pushing back survival. We're going to be working on 1.4. I think, and myself included, had the impression that it would be, a few bug fixes.
Yeah.
But we introduced things like the world tier system, a lot of other stuff as well. And
I think when we
There's a lot
started
there.
the whole endeavor of 1.4 and trying to make the game better, I don't think we had the full scope at this point of what 1.4 would be, and then we kept adding more and like more bug fixes and more balancing changes and more changes and all that. So in the end, that ended up being a much bigger update than
exactly.
what we thought it would be initially.
Exactly. Someone's saying, Whispering Death saying 1.4 is awesome other than console performance issues. We
Yeah,
have
we'll
a little
talk
bit.
about
We're going
that.
to talk about that in
Yeah.
just a second.
We know it's not perfect. It's,
No, exactly.
I think it's much better than 1.3.
I think,
but yeah.
I challenge anyone to say otherwise. 1.3, I will go down, and I think we'll look back at 1.3
Yeah.
and, well, I guess we kind of already are looking at 1.3 and going, well, at least we have 1.4 now, so it's a good time. Taiwan Smiley talking about the whole shotgun thing, and we'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
But let's get stuck into it. I think some people, I've still had reports of people saying, when is it releasing on certain things? Just to clarify, again, all platforms. It was released on Tuesday and it was free. If you or anyone, or you hear of anyone who has any confusion over that, no, there's no delay for PlayStation on this patch. It's everyone at the same time, and it's completely free.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the same.
Yeah, there are
thing.
still some people that have been asking,
Little bit confused.
because not everybody got to actually play it yet. So yeah, it's out, it's available, it's free, it's for everyone, it's on all platforms. So just download it and play it.
Yes.
Free patch, yes.
Do you have a date for
Enter it,
1.4? Emo Sniper, come on. Come
Yeah,
on. Yes.
25th of October.
Yeah. The one that just happened. So I see written on here, you want to talk about those ETF guys.
Yeah, I think
And everyone.
Yeah, the most important when we talk about 1.4 and what one part I think is that we achieve with 1.4, and when with people that we invited here that really helped say like the scope, we didn't have the full scope at this point of what we would do in that. It's also, I think it's also a lot due to you guys and due to the Elite Task Force us kind of shape what were the priorities that we had to focus on. It's all the people that played on the PTS, but also the people that couldn't play on the PTS. And I'm looking at you console players and everything, but still contributed by providing feedback, by joining the discussions and all of that. And we couldn't have reached, or we couldn't have achieved what 1.4 is without this, all this feedback and all this interaction and all these discussions, and even the negative ones. I mean, if we look at the difficulty, controversy, and the game is too easy, too much loot or whatever, this is also something that has been constructive for us because it allowed us to kind of identify where was the middle ground, because obviously we can't always just answer to everything.
Exactly.
So
I mean, we had
need
that whole thing where week 2 came out, and people were like, why did you make these changes and that sort of thing? And that was great that we had the PTS and we had the ability to have those conversations because we, for example, we saw, if you look at a very crude graph that I'm going to draw, like, you have week 1 and everyone's pretty stoked on, because obviously week 1 compared to 1.3 was fantastic. Week 2, people weren't that happy with, and then we start iterating and people come back for week 3, and it was a really cool process, and I hope we can do it again.
Yeah, definitely. And so that is, the idea, just like, thank you guys. Thank you so much for helping us. Thank you for, standing by us and sticking around and actually just being here, helping us, giving us feedback, and believing in this project, this huge project that was 1.4.
Yes.
And it's not over. I'm not. It's not like, hey, thank you.
No,
Now we're done. Goodbye. Mic dropped. You know.
Exactly.
No, that's not a mic, by the way. But no, that's not the point. But still, I think it's important to just pause for a moment now and realize what was achieved. And
yeah, it was big.
again, but we couldn't have done it without the community being part of it.
Exactly. So. And I'd also like to, obviously we're talking about people who have stuck by us through this whole process. There are people who might have taken a big lapse and are just tuning in again for, I don't know, the first time in 5 months. And I think it's really, really cool that you would give the game another shot, which makes me very happy, because I think you'll be very, very happy with 1.4.
Yeah.
What else do we have here?
So yeah, as we said, it's like it doesn't end here. So not everybody is happy with 1.4, or at least with all the balancing that's been done. And I think it's important to say that, as we said, it doesn't end here. We are still looking at all the things that you guys are talking about. There is still more balancing that will come in future updates on things that we already can address, and maybe some small remaining tweaks here and there, but also some other aspects. Like we know PvP is a big part of the discussion. A lot of people say PvP is still not good enough with 1.4. We know that was not the intention with 1.4. So we know that PvP is not perfect yet. So these are all these things that we want to keep working on. So keep giving us your feedback, keep being super constructive, and yeah, there will be more updates and more making the game better.
Keep being constructive and stop talking about The Walking Dead in chat.
But no spoilers.
I mean, I've seen it. And this isn't for me. I know what happens. Yannick may have not seen the first episode.
I haven't seen it, so if anybody spoils it, you're like, you know, banned from my life.
I did say on the stream before, Walking Dead spoilers are just a ban. Like, I don't care. You get straight up banned for channel for spoiling anything. Even if you're joking about spoiling something,
and
because other people
spoilers.
will talk about it. There you go.
Thank you, guys.
People talking about it.
Thank you for respect. Thank you very much.
There's going to be some bans coming out. So there you go. But then even if like people are joking, you know what I mean? Like people like joking. Rick dies. Cool.
It's about just ruining the experience for somebody else. So much fun. But anyway, let's go back to the game and us trying to make the experience good for people.
Gabe's ready. Gabe says, test me. He's not...
Yeah, so another thing that a lot of people have been talking about, and we know, so we said, and we will talk more about that, consoles. And we have issues on consoles, we have performance stuff, we had the stuttering on Xbox, we have more performance issues on console, it's not just stuttering. And that led to the discussion about PTS not being available on console. And we agree with you guys, this is all the kind of stuff we could have identified if we would have had the PTS available on console. It's not that we don't want it to happen, we actually want it to happen, but it's just very complicated to set up because of the way it works with console first parties and everything. So we're working with them to try to make it happen for future updates and future PTS instances. And again, obviously the issues we have now would have been identified earlier if we would have had it, so there is no denying that. This is something we want to happen in the future.
Yes, but again, it's difficult.
We're
aware of it, and we're working on it.
Yeah,
we're looking into it. We're looking into it. No, but seriously, it would obviously behoove us to do everything we can to get PTS on consoles. But there are some tricky hoops.
Yeah. Did you try hard enough, Dracosvin? I understand that like sitting behind your screen is very easy to judge and think that we're just being lazy, but actually, yes, we've tried very hard, and we're still trying very hard.
Just sitting there like. I imagine you just like smoking, like a cigarette. Like I've never seen you smoke in my life, but like just like a French dude, just no, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Does that happen?
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not me doing it anyway. But I can tell you about the people that are working on that.
What are you talking about? You have the button for the PTS. Like I don't know why you just didn't press the Xbox and PS4 button.
Yeah, the people that are working on that, I can tell you, are working very hard on trying to make it happen, and we are making good progress. And yeah, I think we can say eventually we think it could happen, but. Again, it's a very complicated process. And the first PTS was also making sure that the whole idea of a PTS works with the Division. I think we've seen that, yes, it does. So that's something we want to keep doing. And therefore, the next step is then expanding it to consoles.
Yep, there you go. This is serious. Stop being a douche. I'm sorry. That's just me. again, we talked about them a little bit before. There are obviously some known issues, and we obviously the PTS has been a different process. We don't have a PTS environment live right now, so this conversation on the state of the game will be different every week.
Yeah.
We've had the pleasure, and I've really enjoyed doing state of the game, well, forever, but it's going to be a different kind of conversation now that we're not in that PTS phase.
Yeah.
And it will continue to change as we get closer to survival, last stand, that sort of thing. But we do have known issues in the game right now. The Xbox performance issues, the stuttering type stuff.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, was it the voice?
Yeah,
stuff
on Tuesday night. So
off?
we know that stuttering has been part of, I mean, on Xbox especially, I mean, it's been here since pretty much beta. And with each update, we actually fixed instances of it. With each update, we found causes of it, we fixed it, then there was a new thing. And I know we talked about, for 1.4, we said we had a breakthrough, and we fixed some of it, which we did. Unfortunately, that just highlighted that there were other causes. Now, the good thing is that we found out that the very specific Xbox stuttering, I'm talking here, I know that there are some similar issues on other platforms, but the very specific one in the dark zone on Xbox, we could find that it was linked to the proximity, or not the proximity, but to the in-game voice chat. So quickly on Tuesday, we decided to just, for the time being, just turn off the in-game voice chat, which of course is kind of impacting the experience of players.
It's the lesser of two evils, though.
But exactly, it was either that or keeping the stuttering, which was a bigger issue. So we made the decision to, for the time being, deactivate the voice chat. Again, you can still use the Xbox party chat on your Xbox thing if you're playing with your friends. So you're still able to use audio, but you cannot use the in-game audio on Xbox. But therefore, at least that made the stuttering issue much less of an issue. Now, of course, that doesn't solve everything, because we also have other kind of performance issues. But also, yes, that means we still need to get a better fix for the stuttering, because eventually we want to bring back the in-game voice
of course.
On Xbox.
This is a question for you. I know previously I'd had we had a VoIP issue on PC as well. Do you think the stuttering that people are reporting is potentially linked to a similar issue? Like, should people try turning off the VoIP on PC to see if that's...
They can try. I mean, I don't know yet.
I mean, I'll try it. If I experience it today, I'll see if that's one of those things.
We don't know yet if it's linked. I think it's different issues, but just the experience for the players is similar in a way that we're talking about freeze and FPS drops, and also the definition of stuttering changes depending on the player. Some players think,
stuttering,
describe their issue as a stutter,
lag,
when it's not exactly the same. So, and that's my next point, actually, that we wanted to talk about. So we said there are performance issues on console and everything, but it's very important for us to identify the issues and for us to fix them. We also need good bug reports. And what that means is that going on the forums or going on Reddit or whatever and saying, there are performance issues, the game isn't playable, fix it. That does not really help us. I mean, we know that there are performance issues, and we know that this can be frustrating, but if you really want to help, it's better if you actually post a report that says, describe what kind of issues we're experiencing, when did you experience it, how regularly, what were you doing, in which part of the game. The more precise your report is, and the better for us to actually then work on it.
Because we really want to fix it. It is really frustrating. We experience it too when we're playing on the live game. So it's not just frustrating for us in terms of experience, but it's frustrating for us when we're delivering a game to you that we want you guys to enjoy. So, help us. What's the best place for people to give that feedback? Forums?
The bug forums. Go on the forums, on the Division forums, so forums.qb.com. Go on the Division. There is a bug section there. Go to your platform, PC, Xbox One, or PS4, and describe the issues. If you have a performance issue, don't just say I have performance. Just say if you were talking about FPS drop, if we're talking about lag, if we're talking about freeze, if we're talking about these kind of things. What were you doing when it happened? When did it happen? Does it happen regularly, or was it a one-time thing? In a perfect world, maybe you have a video that helps us also. All these kind of details. If you took some troubleshooting steps to try to solve it, let us know as well. Try to be as precise as you can, because again, just going out there and saying performance are terrible, we know that this is, terrible. We know that there are issues with performance, but that